Hi, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, one that at some point in most of our lives, we will ask the question, what is life all about? Or what is the meaning of life? I would like to share with all of you my thoughts about my life quote, which is live, learn, grow, and love. That is what life is all about. So I'd like to break this quote down to four parts: live, learn, grow, and love. Starting with the first, live. It's choosing to live your life to the happiest. Now, I know most of us have heard the phrase "living your life to the fullest," which I do agree with that statement, and I don't necessarily disagree with that statement. However, with the things I've been through in life, I don't believe one can live life to the fullest without first being happy. So I think part of living life to the fullest is living life to the happiest. I think the happiest has to come first. So I believe it's choosing to live your life to the happiest. And living your life to the happiest means not dwelling in the past of what has already happened and not just planning only for the future. I believe living your life to the happiest means enjoying and being present in the moment. Having regrets or obsessing over your past will not help you maintain a healthy mindset because you can't change the past. The past is already gone. It's realizing life is too short, and since no one is guaranteed a tomorrow, we only have today. Focusing on being happy today is living your life to the happiest. My favorite book of all times is The Precious Present, written by Spencer Johnson. For those of you who haven't ever heard of this book or read it, I would highly recommend this book. I have a lot of favorite ones that there's a lot of books I have favorites that are favorites, but this is particularly one of my favorites. It's a short read. The print is nice and large, so for those of us who are older, it will not be hard on your eyes. But it's a very profound book, and I recommend you if you get a chance, please go ahead and check this book out. You can get it off of Amazon.com. Okay, it's called The Precious Present, written by Spencer Johnson. Um, okay, it's um, I highly recommend reading the book, and it's a short read about the value of the present. It's being mindful and grateful for all the blessings in our life. So, how do we live our life to the happiest? We live by waking up each morning, welcoming the sunshine or the rain as we celebrate our happy days and while choosing to look for the silver linings on the on the cloudy days. Let me say it again. How do we live our life to the happiest? We live by waking up each morning, welcoming the sunshine or the rain as we celebrate our happy days and while choosing to look for the silver linings on the cloudy days. It's greeting the world with an open heart, giving grace to others when needed, and fiercely living our truth while protecting our own peace and happiness, even if that means living alone. Okay, so that's kind of a brief summary of what I view what it means to live. And the key is obviously, like I say, it's being happy for today. It's not living in the past. It's not living in the future. It's just focusing on being present. And because the present is really all we have, we don't know we're going to live tomorrow. We want to positively think that we're all going to live a long life, but in reality, we don't have control of what the future is for all of us. And so it's very important and you don't get time back, right? You've heard many people say that uh time is not something you can ever get back. So when you're young, it's not something we think about. I know when I was in my 20s, that's not something I really thought about. And when you're young, you think you have plenty of time in your life to waste even. As you get older, past 50, you see things a little bit differently because now almost half your life's over for many of us. And so time does become more important, and how you spend that time, whether you choose to spend that time living in the past, being miserable, or just living for the future and never enjoying the present because you're always worried about the future. So these are all that's why there is when you get older, you start realizing the value of being happy every day, choosing to be happy every day, which is today. And so this book, The Precious Present, talks about that, and I think for those of you who do get the book, you will find it very interesting as well. Okay. The second part of the quote is learn. It's seizing the opportunities to learn new things, new hobbies, new skills, new experiences, and new relationships. And with regard to new relationships, it's important to keep in mind that each relationship brings new lessons along the way that help us to learn more about ourselves and the world around us. It is through our learning that we broaden our horizons, widen our perspectives, affirm our beliefs, become more open minded and humble, less judgmental, expand our knowledge of the world, and grow wiser. More importantly, learning the lessons in life contributes to our personal and spiritual growth. As we all get older, there will always be something new to learn each year. No one knows it all. And the amazing thing about life is that we can learn from anyone. Learning is not one way or one dimensional. The young can learn from the old, and the old can learn from the young. So whatever age or stage we are at in life, there will always be something new we can learn if we allow our minds to be open to the new experiences the world has to offer. Let me just repeat the last sentence. So whatever age or stage we are at in life, there will always be something new we can learn if we allow our minds to be open to new experiences and to new experiences the world has to offer. Okay? So, um I know a lot of us have grown up with a lot of sadness, heartbreak. We've may have come from broken families where there's maybe only one parent, right? Or maybe we were adopted and we didn't know our parents. Whatever the circumstances, I believe that you could always find that you can always find the silver linings in the clouds that you grew up with. I also believe every relationship lends itself to valuable lessons that contribute to our overall personal and spiritual growth. So while at the moment while we're going through rough times, it may be very difficult at that moment to see the silver lining, to see the lessons that we need to learn. However, in time, I believe that given enough time, we will be able to look back and understand what transpired and why it transpired and how that was so important to our own personal and spiritual growth. Okay, so and like I said, it doesn't matter how old you are. Learning, you can learn from anyone. Learning has nothing to do with race, color, gender, age. uh, Learning is all around us, right? We can learn from nature. We can learn from all kinds of people and things. And so it's important for us to keep in mind, have an open mind, and as long as we have an open mind and live our lives as happy as we can be, we will then be open to learning new experiences or choosing to engage in new experiences and therefore learn to continually expand ourselves and our knowledge and our wisdom, and at that and then and all that adds to our personal and spiritual growth. Okay, the third thing is grow. It's realizing that we are all a work in progress, constantly growing, changing, and evolving. As we change, our relationships change also. It's knowing that we're imperfect human beings, not infallible, but that we're going to fail sometimes, and that's all part of what we call life. For those of us who have lived long enough know that success doesn't come without the failures along the way. The key is to find strength, stamina, and hope to persevere and press onwards through our disappointments and setbacks. Staying true to our convictions is what ultimately builds our character and fuels our passion. A passion that challenges us to get out of our comfort zones, forever reaching and striving to grow to our fullest potential. And it is in this path leading to our fullest potential lies the journey of our personal and spiritual growth. Um, so growing is very important. Okay, it's worth mentioning. None of us ever arrive. For those of us who may be a little bit more arrogant, we all know people that think they know it all and they think they're arrogant, and they act like they're arrogant. Uh, for those of us who lived long enough and are wiser, we know that's not to be the case. That we are constantly, all of us are constantly changing and evolving. Our relationships are constantly changing and evolving. We're not the same people we were 30 years ago, 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago, right? All of us are constantly changing. And so as a result, as we change, we grow and we mature, hopefully, and we learn, and through new experiences and relationships, we it all adds into our learning and growing. And and so part of growing is growing pains, unfortunately, right? Whatever we try to pursue in life, there's going to, in everything in life, it's never going to be perfect. There's going to be victories and failures and learning curves and learning and growing pains. That's all part of life. That's all part of growing. Um, and but the key is to stay true to yourself. Stay true to your convictions. um Speak your truth, right? And never and always find the courage to strive to live your truth, regardless, even if you have to live alone. um and that takes a lot of courage and a lot of faith in yourself and belief in yourself. Okay, and that's not something that you learn right away. I think sometimes it could take all of us many years before we finally arrive at this point in our lives where we are determined to stay true to our own convictions and our own beliefs, regardless whether other people approve of us or if even people disagree with us. I think it's very important that all of us at some point get to the point of our lives that we welcome growth into our lives. And if that means standing alone to your own convictions, then so be it. Okay. But I believe this is very important. It's a very important part of life. We cannot attain happiness if we're constantly living for somebody else's happiness, or we shut down our own um, core beliefs and who we are to appease somebody else. And for those of us who are people pleasers, it's a real challenge. It's a real challenge to grow, because when you are under the shadow of someone else that you want to make happy, you end up deceiving and betraying your own self, your own path to happiness. And so it's my wish to all of you at some point that, while it's important, I understand the value of wanting to see people around you and those that you love happy, but you should never do it at the expense of your own happiness and your own growth. Okay. I believe relationships are a two-way street. It needs to be a healthy, equal partnership where it's a give and take. And that's with all relationships, whether it's a romantic interest or your family and friends or loved ones. It's got to be mutual. It's got to be a two-way street. And those two-way street relationships where there's a healthy give and take, those are the relationships that will help both of you continue growing and grow with each other. Okay. Okay. So the last item is love. It's the result of living, learning, and growing. By choosing to live our life to the happiest, learning the lessons along the way, and growing to our fullest potential, we are embracing self love. Self love is facing and conquering the fears and challenges that come along in life, choosing to be true to ourselves by confidently making the decisions that are in our best interest. It's speaking our truth and surrounding ourselves with only positive, happy people and things that serve our highest good. As we practice self love daily, we will then be able to reinforce finding happiness from within so that each day we can choose to be happy. So let's all wake up each morning with a smile and intentionally put our best foot forward to show up as our best selves. By loving ourselves and loving others, it is my hope that we may one day lead the world to a place of love and eternal happiness, one happy person at a time. In summary, live, learn, grow, and love. That's what love is all about. Okay, folks, this is sort of a short video, but I've have had a few questions asked about what is the meaning of life or what is life all about. So I wanted to take this opportunity today to address those questions. And it's a fair question that at some point all of us will ask. It's a definitely a question of curiosity. For those of us who've lived long enough, or it is natural and normal for all of us to have that inner curiosity of wanting to understand what life is all about. And keep in mind, folks, I don't claim to be the expert on this. I don't believe that my view of life is the only view. Everyone has their own path that they're living, and everyone's got their own perspectives on their own lives or life in general. So I just want to say this is just my own interpretation of what I feel life is all about based on my life quote, live, learn, grow, and love. That's what life is all about. So I just want to say I hope my perspective has helped many of you and maybe, uh, even made you maybe make all of you think to yourself and contemplate at your quiet moments to think about what life means to you and how you may want to do things differently or just assess your whole life in general. It's definitely a thought provoking topic, and so I hope all of you thoroughly enjoyed this. If you did, please click like and click share. Um, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments or questions, please put it in my comments section that's below. And again, the book, The Precious Present, feel free to check that out at Amazon.com. And thank you all for taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Okay, bye.